Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA Edge and CEO at Trow, TPSU, and 401k TV. I review all of last week's stories and select the most important and interesting ones for you, providing open, honest, and candid discussion. So let's get real. First story, February's job numbers gave no relief to employers struggling to hire and further fueling speculation that the Fed will soon raise interest rates. The lower than January numbers and the 3-month average, the increase of 311,000 jobs last month was nevertheless robust and above expectation. The good news is that there was an influx of 400,000 new job seekers and wage increase just 2%, the lowest since February of last year. On the other hand, people continue to retire early. Leisure and hospitality added over 100,000 jobs, while information and tech lost 25,000. The war for talent continues, and Secure 2.0 plus state mandates fuel the fire to make workplace savings a key strategic benefit and a vehicle to help workers with many of their financial issues. Next story, an 85-year-long Harvard study on happiness revealed the biggest challenge people face in retirement, and it has nothing to do with money. The study revealed that while retirees do not miss working, they miss the social connections, which many find difficult to replace. So psychology is important for RPAs, not just in designing retirement plans. It seems that advisors need to help retirement clients understand the social challenges they may face in retirement. Next story, speaking of the confluence of psychology and finance, BFI guru Shlomo Bernartzi, while praising Secure 2.0 in a Wall Street Journal column, suggests tweaks to the system, including a 7% versus 3% default rates, 2% versus 1% a year auto escalation as people change jobs every 5 years on average, and smart, personalized guidance on setting the defaults, benefit selection, and decumulation or retirement income. It is a must-read for all DC professionals. Next story, speaking of advice at the workplace, Empower is doubling down on their wealth initiatives, leveraging their $1 billion acquisition of Personal Capital, naming a DC professional as president of their personal wealth strategy, which currently boasts $2.1 billion. All of which may be just the beginning of their ambitions to manage the total wealth of their 17 million DC participants with 1.3 trillion in DC assets, leveraging advice and technology developed by Personal Capital, which positions Empower both as a competitor and partner to the RPAs who brought the plans to Empower, depending on whether they have similar ambitions to manage participants' total wealth. Stay tuned. And finally, it seems that Chuck Schwab took the 2019 poaching of two relatively low-level brokers by Morgan Stanley personally, calling Morgan Stanley's president James Gorman, and then filing a $25 million lawsuit. Though the brokers were fired almost immediately, a FINRA panel awarded Schwab $4.23 million in compensatory damages against both parties and another $3 million against Morgan. The poaching wars also took an interesting turn when the father-son team sued Merrill preemptively after leaving with assets and clients and receiving a bill from the firm for more than $500,000. Seems like Merrill has gotten more aggressive and punitive with rogue financial advisor since B of A took over. Could get uglier. So those were the most important stories from the past week. I listed a few others I thought were worth reading. Please let me know if I missed anything or if you have any comments. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you next week on 401k Real Talk.